Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
I got a hangover. Whoa.
Is there a DJ in the house?
I've actually got a record scratch, haven't I? But fine, yeah. We finally sorted out that treasury.
Was that DJ Budokan?
It was Budokan, just solely Budokan, thank you.
No, DJ. So you've got to be DJ. What would be your DJ name?
Wait, we had a good name for our DJ duo.
DJ Tongue and Groove.
Yes.
Yeah. but Tongue and Groove.
Why isn't my thingy? Oh, I swear to God. Like, soundboard if you've let me down again.
Oh, my God, finally. Yeah, DJ Tongue and Groove goes hard, but what would you be?
I think I'd be Tongue because I got my tongue pierced.
Yeah, I can't be Groove. That's
Come on.
That's,
You've been to dance college.
Yeah, I know, but that's too on the nose. Just like DJ Groove.
No, but we never have to be. It's just Tongue and Groove together.
Yeah. And obviously.
Yeah, that's Iona.
Hot. Lukey, take a walk with me. Take a festive walk. If the overuse of your electronic pulsating new face, which for once you're actually using on your face, momentarily pulverized your facial muscles, causing you to spasm and paralyze, rendering you but a sad and slutty mute. What song would you use to tell the divas and dolls at home how your week has been? Because you've got a lip sync and that's all you've got.
Fuck. So this week, I'm going to go for So Fresh and So Clean by Outkast.
Why?
Because, you're slightly privy to this, but I'll expand the knowledge onto the listeners. Basically, I've been TikTok targeted by all these cleaning hacks. And it seems to me that the best way to keep a tidy house, because neither me and my boyfriend, we like to be in tidiness, but we're not really tidiers. But it's best to do little and often so you don't get too bogged down. And then I found this big old list that breaks it all down into daily, weekly, monthly, etc. sections. And as you know, I've written it all on my window in chalk marker and just been cleaning away. And we got rid of this big black mouldy area, so I'm happy about
the
that.
life hacks that we are privy to because of TikTok. I don't know how I ever controlled or scheduled or did anything before TikTok.
Imagine if they take it away from us like they're going to do in America.
Imagine how fucking... They can't take it away from us. Well, I mean, maybe, but it just seems like... It doesn't seem like it's hit as big in the UK for them to be that bothered.
I just feel like anything that America does, we copy a few years later.
Yeah, true. I just saw on TikTok today a photo of Nigel Farage and Elon Musk. Him saying you must reclaim your country. It's like... Please
go back to South Africa, or actually even go back to fucking...
That's quite Nigel Farage of you there.
Well, if he wants to run in them circles, don't talk about reclaiming countries and immigrants when you're literally an immigrant.
What I want to know is, do Americans, when they see these photos of Nigel Farage, do they think he's mainstream politics?
I think they do.
Do you know what I mean? That they're like, wow, is he the vice president of
the UK? Well, that's how Trump introduces him at rallies, kind of like the best politician in the UK kind of
so
thing.
Embarrassing.
What about you? How would you
My
describe?
song would be Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, because so I've been doing this gig with deep friend of the pod, Lottie Vallis, in a church, and don't worry, nothing religious related, obviously. And which I also found out that basically all the people that work full time at this church, none of them are religious. It's like, that seems like kind of sleeping with the enemy to be like, I'll take your money, but I ain't going to be worshipping under your roof.
Well, I mean, if the church is taking money, why not get involved?
True. But at this church I was at yesterday, the Actors Church in Covent Garden, inside the church, there are 2 cats that live there, that live in the church, and they just fucking...
Don't trust them, though.
No?
No.
They just wander around, and they're just, beloved by all. They're called Henry Higgins and Eliza.
Nice.
Mr. Higgins. And they just literally, it is insane. I was like, God, I've never thought about this sort of tiers of social hierarchy of cats. Imagine just being a cat that's like, oh yeah, my house is just a church. And I just get to, they're running up and down the organs and just the biggest, most beautiful house ever. Just and it's so warm as well in there.
So it's a nice church.
Yeah, gorgeous church. I just thought, God, what a fucking amazing life to be that cat.
poor little mice that live in that they just wanted a nice religious house, maybe, but they're not allowed, are they? Because they're getting persecuted in the church.
Exactly, but that's the reason why they got it, because they had so many mice, and they said we need cats, and now they just tear them up, and pigeons apparently as well too. Okay, bitch.
We've also been to a lot of events since we last spoke to you.
Haven't we?
We've been to see Titanic.
The musical.
So good.
Out of 10, what would you give it, Truffles?
I'd give it like an 8 for a fun time.
We were both both quite tired and hungover, so we're kind of just sitting there kind of in silence, just taking it all in rather than whooping and hollering, but no one was really whooping and hollering.
Oh yeah, because at first and foremost, we had our annual soiree the night before.
Yeah.
Down the gay pub basement. That was lolly. And then Titanic.
So we do a lovely annual gay soiree where all the girlies come together. We get dressed up. Shout out to Maggie, dressed up as Cinderella. Shout out to me that was dressed up as a horrid little
My Chemical
schoolboy.
Romance.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Sasha Colby ponytail.
Shout out to the Sasha Colby ponytail. There was looks on looks.
How would you rate the fashions of that night?
The fashions, for some people, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean,
Who let the side down?
Margwa does always turn it out. She's going to be there in a bow. She's going to be there in an elbow length glove.
She knows she's going to be there in a pointy court.
Yeah. Oh, don't she? What, she don't know about pointy court. She had photos of her today. God, sorry to go on about the tripod, the third leg of our tripod of this, but Maggie in Dubai, or wherever the fuck she is.
Marrakesh.
Oh yeah, of course, Marrakesh.
Well, my preferred picture was the one that her husband took of her, white bikini, just like behind a gorgeous pool in their lovely hotel.
If you looked up MILF in the dictionary, there it would be. That photo. Oh. And yeah, had a lovely little Christmas party. Then Titanic, which I loved.
Yeah,
Absolutely
it was just
insane.
basically the gayest, honeyest thing. Imagine like if there was a really good drag race challenge.
It was just one long drag race challenge. Drag race jokes.
Yeah.
Drag race. The humour was as detailed as just like a grinder noise would go off and they'd be like, oh, aren't you supposed to be getting married? Be like, mind your own. It was like absolutely insane.
The only thing is, I wish there was more. There was like about most of the songs I didn't know, and there was like a lot of hits that were missing. No, Think Twice.
No, All Coming Back to Me Now? No, there was.
No, I don't think so.
I
We
mean,
got a little bit of I Drove All Night and My Heart Will Go On. A little bit of.
I mean, you'd be
else.
fucking shit. I'd be asking for a refund if I could get My Heart Will Go On. But yeah, that was cute.
Then we went to our friend Jodie's Monakinky party.
Fuck the Monakinky.
Fuck the Monakinky.
Yeah, which was like equal parts sort of historical realness, but also kink.
And it started off with loads of drama as our friend Lottie turned up like pissing blood. Because basically she was walking down the road and someone opened a car door and somehow it managed to get in between
her bike.
Oh, she was on her bike.
Yeah.
And somehow it got the edge of the car door got in between her fingers and cut her fingers. But she didn't really know how bad it was because she was wearing gloves. And then she gets to the door, takes off a glove, her whole bloody...
Tendons are hanging out.
No, it wasn't that bad. But luckily...
She had to go to hospital.
Well, yeah, she had stitches.
Yeah.
But she still came to the party first, which is the main thing.
And we got super dressed up. Obviously, IMO, best MVPs of the party, best dressed.
Always.
If there's one thing that me and Luke's like to do, is go all out on a costume. And that we did.
I was a kind of... this sounds so basic. Like slay Marie Antoinette kind of vibe.
Okay, coquette diva.
Yeah, and Barney was giving kind of bejeweled gimp.
Yeah.
And then what period would you say your shirt was?
Sort of Georgian. Jacobean, maybe.
Yeah.
Love. And it was, we've had a, as we often do at Christmas, quite a jam-packed Christmas event.
Truly.
Event calendar. But good for us.
Segueing neatly on from events.
I love it when you segue.
Also, do you know, obviously you know how it's spelt, but not how you'd think.
Segue.
Yeah, weird. Yeah.
Probably French.
Probably.
Segue. No, that's absolutely not. Ignore me.
I was wondering, I wanted to talk about best and then in turn worst, like gig, festival, music experiences.
Oh, that's too many. That's 3. What do you want?
Well, I've got a few.
Okay. My best concert ever, which is basic as fuck, but if you do it, be it. My best concert ever, I think, was the first ever concert that I went to alone. So I was constantly fighting my mum when I was younger. So
I'm looking for the...
I grew up just outside of London, so it was about 45 minutes, 50 minutes in. And when I was growing up, all I ever fucking did, we never stayed where I lived. And it was like a half an hour train ride to Peterborough or about 45 minutes to London.
I also thought Peterborough is in Scotland.
Love that for you. Peterborough.
Hey.
Love your sort of grasp on the geography of the UK.
Peterborough. I feel like they both be in Scotland.
Scottish names.
Yeah.
Robbie Burns. And so I would come to London all the time when I was younger, but I would never let my mum know because luckily one thing about growing up in a small, like basically small like village, you're just like, oh, I'm going to Ellen's. And she's like, okay. Like that's just, there's nothing to do apart from go to each other's house and you just spend. So actually that's quite the best disguise when you're younger for frolics and hijinks. So I would go to London a lot, but all of my group of friends had parents that were like so much less strict than mine. And when they were about 13, they started going to London for gigs. So obviously in a tight band of goths, and I wasn't allowed to go, and it was quite devastating. Yeah, for like the first 6 months, and I used to be.
It's like in Harry Potter when they won't sign his notes so he can go down to Hogsmeade, isn't it?
Right, right. And I used to cause so much fucking havoc with my mum, just being like, I don't love you because you don't love, like, I would go fucking ham. I was such an unbearable child. But the first time, I think when I was like, I think it was for my 14th birthday maybe, so one of my like closest friends had an older sister, and she was like, my mum was like, because Natalie, the older sister, was going with us, she was like, you can go down to London and go see System of a Down. And it was so fucking sick. It was at Brixton Academy, and I was like, it might have even been my 13th birthday, I can't remember, because I was super young, and it was like the first time I'd ever been like out in London. Yeah, like by myself, like on the tube and stuff. And because I was like with someone, with like she was like maybe like 19, I was like, oh shit, we are fucking tearing up.
So how old are you? Why is a 19-year-old hanging around with a 13-year-old?
She was her sister.
Oh yeah,
My
sorry.
Imagine just like this really fucking cool 19-year-old that just want to hang out with preteens. And yeah, we went, and it was like the sickest fucking gig ever. I can remember just getting so crushed, but being like, if my rib cage splits this evening, I don't give a fuck. And I went so hard.
Die for the cause.
Yeah. And System was just like so sick, and that's like one of my best gig. It encapsulates so much about like growing up. We were just like smoking fags, and we were drinking.
I love smoking fags.
We were drinking White Ace. We had loads of bottles of White Ace, and we got so drunk. And then I can remember like being on the train home, and my dad was like picking me up from the station and just being like, oh my God, going into the toilets and being like, you have to sober up. Like, oh my God, like get it together. And like dousing my armpits with water and stuff, because I just like knew that I absolutely stunk, but being like, we fine, I'll finish a gig, and like just getting home. Because I was like me and my friends were like so grown up beyond our years in terms of like 13 now. If you think for 13-year-old, I'm like, oh, you don't want to be like out drinking and smoking on.
Well, these modern ones do. They got full face of makeup.
That's the last thing they're doing. They're going to give up. We're going to have a whole generation of kids that don't drink because of COVID. That drinking in young people is down by like crime associated with drink is like down by like sort of like 90% or something mad. Like young people like don't drink basically.
Good.
Because they would care too much about the body.
Oh.
Couldn't be me. What about you?
Probably the best one that comes to mind is obviously thoughts and feelings have changed since, but Marilyn Manson,
yeah.
Brixton Academy.
Is this when you fucked the?
No, that's when they was in town.
Yeah.
Antichrist Superstar tour. Me and Sandy front row, and it started off, and he was standing at an altar at the very front, in front of like a screen, and just like ripping pages out from the Bible under a spotlight. So obviously we were just fucking eating it up. And then you just hear like drumsticks like, and then just like the screen drops, and like the whole band's behind it. We were right in front of like Twiggy, my fave. And it was just like everything that my little goth heart could handle.
You cannot fucking beat the theatricalities of goth bands for a live show. Like, then when I got later into, when I was obsessed with like Avenged Sevenfold and Atreyu and stuff, it's like, then it's just sort of like 4 middle-aged men on stage just shouting and screaming. But it's like, you go see a goth band, when I went to see Murder Dolls, like, that's theatre, baby.
What were they giving
That's
you?
4 divas. They're giving you full looks, they're giving you drama in the costumes, and they had like, from what I can remember, they had like, when we were waiting to see them, they were playing like old like Hammer horror like on the screens and stuff, and then there was like loads of like really gory video content.
Nice.
Sick.
Another gun with some great theatrics was this must. I can't believe. Lost ability to talk.
You're right there.
I'm trying to work out first my age or then maybe the year, but I think we were probably like 18 or something.
Sick.
It was like Eminem, another one, second album at the venue doesn't even exist anymore, Docklands Light Arena.
Wow.
And it was like the second album so he did the whole like Freddie Mask and chainsaw entrance, which was literally like
that's fucking insane.
And like Exhibit supported, and all of D12 were there. Proof, R.I.P. came down. We were at the front again, obviously. Came down. He like hugged us. That was a banger one.
I used to love when I was younger, just the culture of gigs, because what we do, I was never allowed to go like super early, but because my friends had parents that were just like, sure, like if you love music, it's just nice to have a hobby. They would get up at like 7 a.m. and get the train down and be like first in line for like everything. And so then I could go join. I had to always wait till after school, but then I could like join them at like 5 o'clock, just be there for like a couple of hours, drink to fuck in the queue. But we used to, when I was younger, when I was like sort of like got into my like 15, 16, we'd go to like 1-2 gigs a month. We'd go so often, especially down Astoria, because you'd get a ticket for Astoria for like 15 quid.
I swear, like, they're like little places in Camden. It would be like $7.50 and stuff. Yeah, it's going gigs all the time. We used to have like a whole wall of tickets.
Yeah, and they used to as well. They used to have so many, like, especially for in the sort of scene time, like especially if you were like into like screamo, if you were into like hardcore, they had so many free gigs. Like I used to go all the time. I had no money at this point. Like I guess I was teaching dance on a Saturday, but like I basically had no money. But it was fucking crazy because I would go down and like they used to have this thing called K Day, which was Kerrang Day. And you could
not that kind of K, guys.
I'm sure it played its part though. And you could go and like see, like I saw like Bring Me the Horizon and stuff there, like for free. Crazy. And all you had to do was like queue up.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
New musical inspired by Titanic, Oliver, with Ollie Sykes as the main character, and it's all emo songs.
Love.
What's her name? SJ can be Nancy.
Love.
Or people playing them.
I'll go SJ's up to this. I need a fucking Vice documentary about like the girls on the scene, just like all the scene people, like what they're up to these days.
It's quite removed from me. I don't really know about it because I wasn't in the scene, but I see snippets of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
My fave festival one I can think of.
Oh my god, yeah. What, like a someone playing at a festival?
Yeah.
Go on.
It was the year that Kylie Minogue had to cancel Glastonbury, God bless her, because she was recovering from breast cancer, and Basement Jaxx replaced her. And I was like, we'll go see Basement Jaxx. I know a few of their songs, but it was literally like banger after fucking banger. Yeah. When they played Where's Your Head At, the whole hill was like trembling from the bass, and it was literally just like so unexpected and so sick. Live, and they're playing next year. Me and Buddha are gonna go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They are so good. When have I've seen them live as well.
But then we watched it on YouTube. It's like, oh yeah, I'm glad that was a good memory because Buddha was there as well. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't sound or look that good when you watch it back. They're having too much fun.
Is it? I'm trying to think of like what my actual like best festival memory is. To be honest, my best festival memory is collectively probably NYC Down Low at Glastonbury. So I think that's just like...
That's not a gig though, is it?
I know, it's not a gig, but it's just like...
Well, we'll talk about best festive memories another
festival
episode.
Experience, you know? But yeah, that's like just the most dreamy disco club just ever, just full of all the girls. And that's just heaven.
But before we change over...
Go on.
I think we've probably got the same worst gig experience.
I mean, there's about 100, but go on.
Jocelyn Brown, Oval Space. Me, you, Fia and Lily. After I just had some... We're having such a lovely time at Harpies in Metropolis. Yeah. Then I'd had some jalapeno poppers, burnt my tongue. We're like, it's all right, we'll go and see this diva. And she was just sitting down, couldn't be asked. It was like Frankie Valli levels almost.
Yeah. Somebody else's guy, that's all we were waiting for. And she was literally just like sat there, just sort of like skirt hoiked up round her knees. Like she had her sort of like house slippers on. And she was just like, okay, get off my house. Just like sort of like singing out the side of her mouth, like holding the microphone really far away from her. And then she was just like literally didn't even like look up the whole time that she was singing. It was absolutely insane. To be honest, I've had a lot of terrible concert experiences. You know, and just like, oh my God, do you know who was absolutely fucking amazing at Glastonbury? I was like, this is such a sick concert. Sugar Babes.
Really?
Yeah, they were so sick.
You know, I'm not really a sugar girl.
I'm not really a sugar myself, but no, I do like them. But like, it was like they had so much like rock elements to it, and so much like they had like a whole sort of
round baby.
Yeah, and they well just like that people that had like a full like live band, and they were just going for it, and then they had like a whole garage section that kind of went into like almost a bit like happy hardcore. Like it was like a real musical journey.
Lovely.
But yeah, love that for them. Yeah. Luke's, my thoughts have been with Luigi ever since last week.
I was going to say we're going to need a Luigi update.
Yeah, we are. Well, you got some Luigi info for me.
Well, first of all, did you see them marching him out with like an army of people? Everyone's like split screening it with like a shot from Superman where they're like, he has more people restraining, like holding him back than Superman does.
Most importantly, did you see that he's not only had his eyebrows done, but he's also had a shape up? The fella's been looking after him in prison.
And now I actually do fancy him in these shots.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Have you also seen, in great news, another CEO's been stabbed by an employee in like Michigan or something?
I have. Down with him. But have you seen that he is also being tried by the FBI now? So now, because the what's it called?
Federal murder.
Yeah. What's it called when you get killed by the state?
He's going to be eligible. Yeah.
So the death penalty is not, you can't have the death penalty in New York. So they're now trying him as the FBI, because then you can go over what like federal law is.
Well, apparently that's why they're trying to make him a terrorist, so that you can put the death penalty in.
So he's being tried for terrorism.
He'll go out like a fucking champ. Like he won't. I think he'd be happy to die for the cause, and that just means that people are gonna hopefully have fucking shrines of him in the house and go and do more.
The man is living in chronic pain. Like, he's like, probably like, take me, girls. And also,
is he in pain? I thought it was about his mum or something.
No, he's got like chronic back pain.
Oh, babes.
So he also his refusal to they have refused to mark Netanyahu as a terrorist, but him report.
Well, actually, the UN have said
about America.
Yeah, and us, to be fair.
Supposedly has killed one person. Like, it's still quite dodgy ground about whether he has or not. But it's like, what do you think it's going to do to a world that is already like incredibly sort of impassioned behind Luigi? What do you think it's going to do if you kill him?
If you make him a martyr?
An uprising is what's going to happen. But I was thinking about Luigi, then I was thinking about prison, and then I'll ask you a question. If you were in Orange is the New Black, what's your character? What are you kind of doing in prison? How does Miss Lucrezia exist in prison?
I'd want to be like running the show, but I'd actually
You'd be red.
I'd be keeping my head down.
Yeah.
I'd be like, just like, oh yeah, like
just please, Sudokus.
Just please don't notice me or like get me involved with your dramas. Or
I think you would be absolute class clown. I think you'd be maybe potentially a bit of a pussy when you first got there. Then they'd be like,
I drop a couple of one-liners.
With the prison tats. With the big up fronts, they'd be like, oh, do you know what?
I guess once I get broken in with the lesbianism, then maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah. Oh, they'd eat you the fuck up in prison, let me tell you.
I'd want a handsome wife.
Girl. You'd get a stud.
I'd hope so.
You'd probably get a gorgeous, sort of gorgeous non-binary stud.
Fit.
Yeah.
Give me,
Lena Waithe.
No. What's her chops from the Olympic shooting? I want that bitch.
Olympic shooting?
Like the Korean team.
Oh, yeah.
Her or old thingy from House of the Dragons on the red carpet.
Emma Darcy.
Please.
Yeah,
Who's got a boyfriend, which I feel really hurt and betrayed by.
Yeah, I think they are pan, but it does ruin it, doesn't it?
It does a little.
I feel like I would go in there and I'd have to really play it the right way. I'd either have to femme it up.
I was going to say, would you go the pops?
New set of acrylic.
With a little bow, a little pink
divas,
bow.
Yeah. Or I'd have to go in and like use the intellects and be like, baby, I'm going to help all of you. I'm going to help you with your cases. You're going to like, I don't know, like you'd have to give them something. Do you know what I mean? And obviously my Samantha Janice is going to get ruptured beyond buggery.
Well, that's a given. I imagine you'd actually probably move a little bit like the Penguin. You'd just be telling everyone what they want to hear, playing people off against each other. Yeah. You'd have a good run.
I would be.
But eventually, you'd be found in the showers, hung, drawn, and quartered.
Yeah. Genitalia cut off. Oh my god, what was I? How was TikTok? What? Oh, I was hearing a
TikTok
on the clock. I had a TikTok last night about a guy explaining that he was in a high-level prison and he left his bunk, and then when he left it, it was the bunk the thing next to him, and there was a man in there that barely ever spoke and that was crazy, and that they had a new guy come in that was a child molester, and this guy that was really silent and never spoke, he was put with him. And then the next morning they all had to go out of their rooms, and he said he looked into the room, and this guy that was really silent had hung up that child molester guy by his ankles off the bed and cut off his cock.
Yes.
And he was just like pouring with blood, and he died from his he was like, that's how child molesters are treated.
Good.
He was like, a lot of people have children in prison, and he was like, and so that's like the one thing that you don't fuck with. And he was like, it's basically a death threat from like the moment you step in.
Yeah, 100%. And it's same with in women's prison, like women that have like killed their children or whatever. Like, girl, enjoy your one night sleep because they're going to tear you apart.
Yeah.
That actually reminded me of, maybe I'll talk about it next week, some fantastic dick obliteration scenes I've been watching in I Spit on Your Grave 1, 2 and 3. You know when people cut frankfurters in half and they kind of go, ooh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you this one. She is sucking his dick and then grabs a knife from her leg, stabs it through the dick at the base from underneath, then like pulls it forward, grabs both ends. Sorry, she's also previously bit off the tip.
Yeah.
Like rips it in half and then spits the fucking tip in his mouth. That's like...
That's a lot. That's a lot of information to take on a Friday.
When I watched it, I ran into the living room because I was like just screaming, just like, babe, you'll never believe I've just seen. And Pooja's just sitting there like, you're getting ideas. Like, well.
And that leads me neatly on to something that I got from Morbid Knowledge, the Twitter account. Guess how long the longest prison sentence that someone has served is?
78 years.
70. 70 years is the longest, and it was in... they died when they were 91.
Is this in the UK?
It was in Victoria, so in Australia. And after murdering an elderly man and stealing his boots, Charles Foussard was in prison for 70 years, and that is still the longest.
Murder and a boot theft?
I know, crazy. And also as well, just like, so he obviously got in there when he was 21 and died at 91. It's like, 70 years don't even sound that long.
I know.
I could do 70, I'd be fine.
Give me some concurrence.
I know, right?
As we are going to go through the purity tests thingies, let's talk about number one, being on a date. Talk to me.
What do you want to know?
Well, have you just got a date story?
I feel like I've talked about this on the drags before.
We'll say a new one then.
But I'm just in case I haven't. I used to go on a lot of dates when I was in first year of Erdang because I didn't have any money. And this is when like Tinder first came out and Hinge first came out. And so I would go a lot and I would say to them always the same thing before. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to have to reschedule. I'm really sorry. I don't have any money. And then they would always be like, it's fine. Don't worry. I'll cover it. And they'd be like, great.
Cute.
And so I would go often on dates. I just used to be like, oh, this is good character development. I'd often go on dates that like I would be like, I would never look at them twice, but I was hungry. And it meant we'd get a nice Zizzies. I was very partial to the Alfredo at Zizzies. And a couple of drinks, and it'd be a nice night. But do I ever tell you about the time?
Shandies under the table?
Oh,
would you put out in exchange for food?
No, because I'd have a bussy full of beans. I'd just been for a dinner, so I don't think I'd.
No, but hand stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, many a time.
Mouth stuff.
Many a time I've done some naughty hand stuff and some mouth stuff in bathrooms of restaurants. So come on. And that's the great thing about being same-sex attraction.
No one would see it coming.
Yeah, exactly. But also told you about that time I went on a date with a guy and he was like, oh, I've had my leg bitten off. And I was like, oh, you're fucking lying. And he took my hand and then put it under the table and put my finger underneath. And he actually did have a stump and a fake leg on. And he only told me about an hour and a half into the date.
And you were fingering his stump?
Yeah. I used it as a phallus.
Have you ever seen Two Men, One Stump?
No, but maybe we should watch it after this. Maybe we should start doing on the pod. Let us know if you'd be into this. Sort of reviews of the most heinous porn that we can find. Have you seen I Love the Fishes?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Is that spitting fishes out the pum?
Yeah. Out of the butt, out of the pum. Oh, they're everywhere. and they're little eels. They're quite cute.
Oh, that is quite sweet, actually. I unfortunately don't really have. I've got things that have happened after dates, but maybe that comes up in the
Teeny tiny dick in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, I think that's part of the period. If there's, I think there was a period sex question. So, I can't imagine that then. But yeah, I never really dated that much, and then I just had a few Tinder dates that were just shit. So, nothing to report, or just the fact that it would piss me off. Like, you'd meet up with someone and you'd have like a normal chat with them, and then you meet them in real life, and then suddenly just like they don't know how to talk. Yeah. So there's like absolutely dead out the whole time, and then as they're leaving, they think, "Oh, snog!" Like,
the worst. Why
would there be a snog when we haven't had any Michael Rappaport?
Do you remember as well our friend Miss Monique? She went on a date with a very unexpected date with
a very famous.
No. A very unfamous. Do you remember she went on a date with Rolly?
Oh, gross! Yeah.
And she.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's mental.
And she like went on a date, and it was like really strange. And then like halfway through the date, he was like, "Oh, my friends are going to join us," and like two of his friends, like
two like hot babe women turned up, wasn't it?
No, I think it was a couple. I think it was like another couple, and that he'd like arranged for them to come on the date.
And then they started like ordering loads of food and like eating like their
she
food
had like
and stuff.
She had like no money, and then they were like, "Oh, let's split the bill." And it was like, "Oh my god, so you've invited your friends?" And she was like, she'd ordered like one small dish. Their friends ordered like loads of drinks and like all of this, and she ended up having to like split the bill.
Mad to think of her with no money now, isn't it?
4 ways. She had to like, split the bill 4 ways, and then like, just like. Even though they'd said, even though it had been like he'd offered to like take her out, not only did she have to pay for her own food, but then she had to actually end up paying like more. And then afterwards, he was like, "Oh, so like, do you want to come back to mine?" And she was like, "No, I want to leave immediately. This is so gross." The entitlement that men feature,
truly,
honestly, crazy.
And on that note,
is that it for the Hangover?
That's it for the Hangover.
Just one recommendation for the week of something that you've listened to or that you've seen that they should be watching this week.
Well, actually, I was reliving how good Fat of the Land by The Prodigy is.
Love.
Seminal album, timeless, still as hard as it ever was. Musical geniuses.
Yeah. And I've been rewatching this week Motherland, which have you ever seen? Mm-mm. Oh my God.
Isn't it? I would think it sounded sort of like war-ish.
No, it's everything I should hate in a show because it's about a mum with her kids. Gross. And about like about her at school.
I bet Maggie'd like it.
Oh, I bet she would actually. It's like about a mum, a very sort of like reluctant mum who kind of hates her kids and her husband, like trying to make friends with other mums at school, but they all love their kids until she finds a group of other mums that also hate their kids. It's just quite fantastic TV. And the most important thing about it is on the Christmas special, one of them dies.
Oh, that is quite nice to hear, actually.
Yeah.
Anyone I'd recognise in it?
Anna Maxwell Martin, nope. Diane Morgan, who plays Philomena Kunk. Have you ever seen
I know who she
Kunk
is.
on Earth? Yeah.
I don't like that character.
You don't?
No.
Oh, she's very, very funny in Motherland. And then,
but is she still playing the same?
No, that is her actual voice.
But the dumbness?
No. No. She's sick in Motherland. But yeah, give that a watch if you've never seen it, and definitely watch the Christmas episode because that's fucking jokes.
Well, you heard it here first.
Right, girls. Right, well, we'll see you just before Christmas for an extra special.
Yeah, we're going to do that bonus one for the non-payers, but you get to listen to. But yeah, we wouldn't want to take anything away for special from you guys because we love you.
Love you.
Bye.
I got a hangover. Whoa.